Welcome back to Game Time. All the attention on that new trio on the old Mosquito Coast. Well, the team in Central Florida getting very little attention. Maybe a surprise as you look at their success over the last 5 seasons. Craig Sager caught up with Magic coach Stan Van Gundy to discuss the season ahead and the potential for Magic in Orlando.
Obviously, the Miami Heat, the team everybody says is the team to beat, even though you probably should be the team to beat, as you have been the last 2 years. Do you look forward to this rivalry again with Miami?
Well, I think everybody looks forward to it. Players certainly. I think the professional athletes are great competitors, and when they look at the talent there, but especially the attention Miami is getting, I think that they look forward to that challenge. But I think our guys are also very realistic and understand that there are plenty of other significant challenges in the East. I mean, last I checked, Boston was the defending Eastern Conference champion, and they handed it to us pretty good in the playoffs last year. So we've got to find a way to play them better. I think Atlanta, Chicago, Milwaukee, Philadelphia, Washington, Charlotte, all those teams are going to be very, very good teams. So the East has gotten better across the board. It's going to be much harder this year on a nightly basis, and we have to be ready for those challenges. But we're excited about it and can't wait to get started.
Coach prepares his team better than you do, or tries to get the most out of his players. We know at times you've been a little bit frustrated with the lack of offensive improvement by Dwight Howard. We hear now they worked out this summer with Hakeem Olajuwon. Is that just a lot of talk, or do you see a much better offensive performance?
Well, I don't know. He worked out with Hakeem once or twice. They didn't spend a lot of time together. I think Dwight spent a lot of time working on his own on some things. Dwight's a hard worker. I think he's ready for another great year. For whatever reason, he's been a guy that people like to take shots at. But at the same time, I know that every general manager in this league would give up a lot to get him. He's the most dominant big guy in our league. I think when you look at both ends of the floor and on the boards, I don't think anyone affects more possessions in a given game than Dwight does. So we're very, very lucky to have him. I think he's going to keep getting better for the next 6 to 8 years. And I think he'll have another first-team All-NBA season.
After losing to Boston in the playoffs last year, I know you're disappointed. Yeah, I saw you this summer, and you were so energetic getting ready to go through the season. Is this something that you are like every year, or is there something special about this team this year that you see where you can really improve and win it all?
Well, I'd like to think I'm always pretty energetic, but I do think this year really has me excited because I think our guys took a very realistic look in the mirror individually and as a team at the end of last season. And I think our disappointment was not in losing to Boston. Boston's a great team and played extremely well. Our real disappointment is that we didn't feel like we brought our best to that series. And I think that we've now got a group of guys that is very determined to improve upon that and to bring their best throughout an entire season. I've seen it in a heightened level of off-season commitment, and I've seen it in the excitement that our guys have to get started. And they've inspired me in a lot of ways, Craig. I'm very excited to get going tomorrow morning and to get this season started.
You move into a new arena, perhaps the most elaborate one in the league. A lot of thought has gone into that, a lot of planning. But when you move into a new arena, is there an automatic home court advantage, or is that something you're going to have to build?
Well, it'll be different at first. You won't have a comfort level in the building that you had in the old building, no question. But I think, the home court advantage really comes from the enthusiasm of your fans. And I think that our fans have always been among the most enthusiastic in the league. And I think the new building is going to get them even more excited. I think our fans will be even more enthusiastic. And I think it will turn into another great home court advantage for us here.
All right, well, good luck. Have a great season, and thanks for being with us.
Thanks, Craig.